Hey everyone, good evening to all of you. Surprise! um,
Surprise.
surprise indeed.
Surprise.
Tonight, yo, that's so cool, Kenshin. I'm seeing the layout right now. Um, welcome to welcome to an impromptu downtime session that we have right now within the world of Azaria. I am Zep, and I will be your DM for tonight. And with me are the participants in this downtime session. Please introduce yourselves, guys.
Hail, men of land. My name is JC. I play the Triton cleric Mihryn and yeah, this is a surprise.
What's up? Hi, I'm Mike. I play Alois, the High Elf Bard. And yeah, hi.
I
I'll do my
guess.
best today.
Woo! Unfortunately, Ask Azaria is has been changed for today for this week only because yes, one of our friends is going through something very personal, and wish her well. And so yeah. With that said, at the JC, do you need to announce something for next week?
Next
No, I
week?
mean next
Not.
week.
Oh, yes, next week. Guys, you feel like Valentine's Day just isn't for you? You feel like just staying inside, watching a stream? Well, the Dirty 20 has got your back. We have a post Valentine's Day one shot special just for you and your lonely self. Scratch that. I
Atake!
didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Pog.
Anyway,
Unpog.
it's gonna be on February 15. That's a Tuesday. That's the usual time slot for
Chompy.
Chompy's Tavern. It's gonna be at 8:30 p.m. GMT plus 8 at twitch.tv/slash the dirty 20 this stream. So if you would like to see a bunch of friends play D&D post Valentine's Day, give it a shot. And the DM will be announced
Very soon.
Soon.
very
Yes,
soon.
very soon. Sooner rather than later. So, with all of that said, are you guys excited for this?
Yeah. Did not expect this tonight. Let's
Same.
go, dog.
Hello, welcome to Games, Unlimited Games.
Yeah.
With that
This is
said,
how we make decisions.
yes. With that said, let's continue on with what we're going through in the world of Azaria. A few hours after the meeting has already concluded, everyone went their separate ways. You find yourselves, some people in the party find themselves roaming the castle embedded into the mountains. Um, what's unique about this experience, though, is that not like the people who are paired up right now aren't your usual people who would naturally pair up. Um, Blaze and Spade went their own separate way. Wind Chimes and Hayden also went their separate ways. Aster, uh, Aster remained for after the meeting to discuss something with discuss something with King Frederick Lorin. And right now, we will be joining our two adventurers, Mihryn and Alois, as they roam the halls of the Cygnus Castle. Mihryn and Alois, what do you think you guys would be doing right now?
I feel like Alois, he he's trying to take in the surroundings he's in right now,
Hmm.
because this isn't where he spent a majority of his time before joining this party, of course.
Hmm.
Yes. And there's a lot of emotions in his mind right now, and a lot of thoughts. And I feel like he's just looking for an empty place or like an open courtyard to play his violin.
Okay. Looking for an empty place. Mirin is with you as well. Mirin, can you take us through what you're thinking about right now?
Well, a lot has happened to Mirin.
That's true.
It's such a lot. Uh, she is she's had racing thoughts and she's just trying to calm herself down. Um, I guess one of the things foremost in her mind is the journal that just opened.
Yes.
And she would probably like to take the time to like just sit down and read.
So as both of you walk down the halls, you see yourselves finding like a flight of stairs that leads down deeper and deeper into um, some parts of the castle. You realize that as you're going down, with Alois with his violin in hand and Mirren with the journal in hand, you realize that like it's kind of quiet and empty. The usual banter between each and every one of you is kind of washed over by a silent um, soliloquy. No, no, I'm not gonna like. No, it's washed over like a silent kind of pressing atmosphere. As you both go
Mm.
down, you seem to note that like the flight of stairs seem to be kind of like never ending.
Are we entering a dungeon? Wait,
This is curious. Do you know where this leads?
not particularly, no.
Or did you not spend a lot of time here in this castle?
No. Um I spent majority of my days in the capital city, honestly, since that's where my
Oh,
siblings resided.
is this some kind of winter retreat for your family?
I suppose it's a home away from home, but
Hmm.
I haven't seen this part.
As you continue to make your way through deeper and deeper, you see that you see uh, the stairs ending where there is some kind of opening to a hallway that has like four doors, two on each side, and then the furthest away from it, there's also like one huge door in the middle. Um, kind of like no more stairs like
Hmm.
after that, and you do see that the flooring like from upstairs has changed into a more kind of like crude and old kind of like structured cobblestone,
Hmm.
just placed not really that refined in comparison to whatever you saw upstairs. What do you guys want to do?
Are there still carvings on the wall?
The carvings on the wall, halfway through the flight of stairs that you went through, stopped, and it kind
Mm-hmm.
of like simplified. Even the stairwell, kind of like simplified in form. The black tourmaline inlay within the stairs has already stopped, like a fourth of the way down, and you see that this seems, although simpler, but a little bit more cozy than usual.
Hmm. Can we head through the biggest door at the end of the hall?
Okay. As you head through the biggest door in the middle, you see that it kind of like towers over you. Alois, your height is somewhere around 5'4", if I'm correct.
Yeah, 5'5".
5'4", 5'5". It kind of is double your size.
Very
It's
small.
yeah. And it doubles your size, but it is just made out of like hard like dark wood,
Hmm.
and it has like a metal bearing in the like like a fourth of the way, and like to just like hold it steady.
Mhm.
As you try and open it, you realize that it's kind of heavy, but it immediately kind of like
Oh,
slides open.
You need some help.
yes, please. And I kind of
I
like make room for Mirin, who's
I
obviously
also
way
push.
stronger than me.
As the door opens up, you see uh you see something like cavernous um on the as you open the door. It seems to like just open up. The floor doesn't seem to be straightened. It has its like slopes, highs and lows kind of. And you see that like the roofing kind of is yeah, as like I said, is very cavernous. It looks like the bat cave ish. Looks like a
Mm.
bat cave. That's a way to perfectly describe it.
Oh, right. It was built into a mountain.
Hmm.
Made sense.
What do you guys want to do?
Is there like no furniture around? It's just a
No.
cave?
As you do like look around, can you make me a perception check, please?
Ooh, I can do that. I can do
Yes.
that. I think I can do that.
With a 10 on your perception, you don't see any
I
immediate
can't do
like
that.
you don't see like any immediate furniture. Um, as far as the eye can see, you do have dark vision, but like you see that the cave is has no light source of any sort. Um, you also
Hmm.
hear like water kind of dripping from somewhere, and it kind of echoes through the cave.
I would look over to Mirin
Mm.
as we look over at this cave.
Mm.
Mm.
Um, would you like to rest anywhere else? Maybe there's a room or two instead of this cave.
That's curious. I can hear water.
Oh, would you like to go in further? Can we go in further?
For sure. If you guys want to, yeah, of course.
Mirin, you can see
Yeah.
the dark, right?
Yeah, I can.
Okay,
You
Pog.
both have dark vision. Okay,
Yeah.
that's great.
We don't have torches.
As you continue to, so you guys walk in.
Hmm,
Yeah.
why
Yeah,
not?
as you guys continue to walk in, making your way, your footsteps kind of echo as you make your way down and then up, and then down and then up, and you see that it's pretty plain. No one seems to be aware that this place exists. No one seems to be kind of uh, taking care of this place at all. It just seems to be like very empty as you go in. The smells that you take in are like, it doesn't smell like anything at all. It just smells
Mm.
like, it's not even like foul smelling. It just smells like
Dirt.
uh, dirt. Yeah, like
Huh.
earth, kind of like earth. Um, you also you don't feel anything ominous. You don't feel anything kind of looming or watching you right now.
Good.
Seems to be like a very, very
Good.
empty cave.
I
Mm.
I try to find a rock that I can sit down on.
Make me perception check for that, please.
Okay.
No rocks in the cave?
No rocks in a cave, dude.
Norakin cave. Oh wow, you
Mirin!
both rolled the same.
I mean, don't have passive of 16.
Um, you see a
Oh, Mirin.
because like it's kind of dark, so you have to like actively
Mm-hmm.
look for it, even though
Mm-hmm.
like it's you have dark vision. Um, you see like a couple of stones, like set in a position where you can sit on it. Um, I'd say like two small ones, one wide one, and then one that like kind of is chest
Chest
height.
high.
Yeah.
Pretty tall.
Obviously, we're not going for the chest high because we're both small.
Oh, you're right. We are.
I go to the two small ones and like kind of sit down.
Okay. As you sit
Yeah.
down, you feel the cold stone pressed against some parts of your skin. It feels, it feels a little bit cold on your skin, but not breezy. No air, no like huge gust of wind seems to be flowing through these caves. But it's not humid or anything. Uh, yeah, you are kind of like left to your lonesome, although you are with each other
Mm-mm.
in this cave. What do you guys want to do?
I sit down and I say, I know this is gonna sound weird, but it this kind of reminds me of home.
You mean like under the water?
Yes, like under the water. Kinda reminds me of some places in Egnas, as well as. And I stop. Anyway, um, you wanted to play?
I do. You wouldn't
Yes.
mind while you read?
Oh no, not at all. This would be a perfect location for it. The sound would echo.
Ah, great acoustics.
Yes.
DM, I would like to ask, since
Mm,
Alois is well traveled,
yes,
can I roll history to see if I know anything, any songs from Ignas?
you absolutely can.
Hog. Alois, don't fail me now, please. Mm,
Yes.
delicious.
I would
Delicious.
say that you would play a softened version of a song very familiar to Mirin. It's called the Song of the Shepherd. Um, you play
Mm.
it instrumental only. Kind of brings a sense, that sense of familiarity that you had, Mirin. It kind of is heightened by a few notches as you hear um, the notes from the violin.
I feel like as Alois stands in front of Mirren and he
Mm.
plays his violin, his body sways a little bit in as he plays, and it seems to be like a very recurring thing that um Alois's thoughts and feelings kind of resonate with his magic. So as he plays this tune
Mm.
for Mirren, he might unknowingly be casting prestidigitation, and
Mhm.
it
Mm.
smells like the shoreline or like a soft sea breeze as he plays.
That's amazing. Okay, even in especially here in the darkness, your imagination runs rampant, Miriam. As you kind of like focus yourself, you find yourself kind of distracted just a little bit from reading the book that you have in your hands. You feel
Mm.
yourself kind of transported into a place that's very familiar, almost feels like home to you. You see yourself in the middle of the shoreline, as Alois had said, and you hear the laughter of children behind you.
Mm.
Um, Footsteps also along the sand fill your fill your mind as you hear like skittering all across the sand. What do you want to do, Mirren?
I close my eyes and I sing along to the music that she's playing. And it goes, I can't sing it because we haven't made the song for it, but I do have the lyrics. Uh, Evening comes and eventides. Now we go see. Morning comes, the sun alights. Home now we will be.
As you are continuously playing the violin, Alois, a tune comes out of Mirren. Goes like, evening comes as. What was the lyrics again?
Evening comes in eventides. Now we go a see. Morning comes, the sun alights. Home now we will be.
Yeah. I actually have a recording for that.
Oh, you do? Yes, we did the song.
Pog!
Let me find it first. Wait. It's gonna be like a doozy again to find.
This
Hmm.
is why we organize our files.
Yes, I am bad at that. Ooh. Where is
Oh,
it? I lost it again. Damn it. Okay. Anyways, sorry about that. As the notes kind of echo through, um, as the notes kind of like echo through the cave. Hello, Ellie.
Oh god! Hi, impromptu.
Hi.
We're
We are
having a
running an impromptu sesh. So welcome
we're
to the impromptu
Hi
sesh.
Aster!
Oh no.
If you
Okay.
want to join, you are welcome to, and I will
Yes.
place you in. Yes.
No
mm,
way!
Oh no,
yes.
but
Translation.
no,
I am going to be in the middle
I
of
can
a lover's fight.
I can only join like for 10 minutes at best.
Mediator.
But I don't know. I can just watch. I can just watch.
All right. No
He's
problem.
Aster's like in the background.
Yeah, I'm just like
As you do sing, you feel uh you feel kind of like a warmth emanate through both of you, both of your bodies, kind of like you feel this kind of connection between you two that you can't quite understand. You kind of like, as you are both singing, you kind of like gaze into each other's eyes, and you feel like a wave of familiarity.
Yeah.
Familiarity.
Yeah, kind of like a wave of familiarity, kind of wash, and you just can't like put a finger on it, on what it is exactly. As the song stops, you find yourself share a very pregnant silence.
Mm.
I feel like as Alois um puts his violin down, and as well as the bowstring. He finds himself looking down at his feet. He's always found it so scary and intimidating to play in front of others. But he feels like after all the comfort that Miran has given him these past few days, he doesn't feel
Mm.
that type of anxiety when he played in front of her.
Oh, that's so cool. I I look at you in this pregnant pause, and I say, we are kind of alike, aren't we,
How
Sir
so?
Alois Larenthal?
Oh,
We both are children of great men, siblings to greater ones than we. We are both privileged in positions of power, but it also always felt like we didn't belong.
Alois kind of flinches at one of the things that you said. But as you continue on, he meets your eyes and he gives you like this sad smile on his face. It's really hard to come out of their shadows when they stand so tall. Don't you think?
I give you a knowing smile. I know. I know I've known all my life.
You both reminisce. In your own minds, you're reminded of
Mm.
your siblings,
You're so
your
good.
families, all those related to you. And somehow, what people say that, what mostly like other people say is related to your greatness as a person. The thought of who am I in all of this pops in both your minds.
Our names, Larenthal and Egnasath, are such heavy burdens to bear. I wouldn't say this in front of anyone else, because they would think that I am just a spoiled brat crying about my own privilege, but I know that you understand.
I do. I understand so much so. And Alois, he kind of tucks his violin away, or if he tucks it, I don't know. Don't think about it. And
Don't think about it.
he don't think about it. And then he sits down on the rock next to Mirin, like a heavy sigh, and his shoulders slump in a way that he hasn't let the others see. He's always elegant and poised. But now he lets himself relax around Mirin, who seems to understand.
You've been very long lived. How long have you been trying to keep up your facade
What facade?
of always being perfect?
Alois pauses for a very, very long while. All my life, ever since I was born. And it's an impossible task when you're related to my brother. It's an impossible task when you have parents like mine, Mirin.
Yes, I could only imagine.
Gives you another sad smile, and his lip quivers a little. But strangely enough, I've never found myself angry at my brother for the standards he set for me. Is that odd?
No, it's not. It's like a person getting mad at the sun. If it shines so bright, it's like the moon being jealous of the sun. Is it not? It's not his fault that he's so good in everything he does.
He's everything they wanted. Honestly, I don't understand why they just stopped when they had the perfect child. He says this, and it's a very vulnerable moment, but he can't seem to meet your eyes, so he's just staring off down at the ground as he says this.
My face falls because I feel this so hard. Yes. Why couldn't they have just stopped at the one? Why did they have more children? That would potentially just disappoint them. But
It's
perhaps I'm
Mhm.
being a little unfair to my own parents. I would not know about yours.
For a moment, Alois looks up, but then he looks back down. I wouldn't know either. Don't really remember them as much, I suppose.
What is your brother's name?
Sebastian,
Sebastian, yes. And your sisters?
Coraline. I I haven't seen them in so long. I I can't seem to. It's like as days pass, I can't seem to even remember what they look like anymore, what they sound like, and and I just want to find them again. Wonder if they're looking for me.
I wouldn't know if they are. We can only hope that they are. But don't you see them when you look in the mirror?
That would be. I couldn't possibly compare myself to them. When I look in the mirror, I just see myself.
I see.
In your mind, Mihryn, you hear a voice. It says to you in a soft and tender tone, "You always did look like him. I wonder where he is now."
When I see myself in the mirror, I see someone else.
Who?
My father said I always looked like his brother.
Your uncle.
Yes, Miris. He even named me after him.
Alois meets you, meets your eye, and he gives you a smile. Well, if it's anything, I've never met your uncle. So when I look at you, I just see Mirin.
I give you a bright smile, as much as I can manage. Thank you. That is a comfort to hear. To be my own self. For once.
Alois, in
Yes.
your mind,
Fuck.
you also hear a voice,
Fuck.
deep, brooding but tender. You're special. Never forget that.
I don't know if my brother only said this to me to make me feel better, but he'd like w- he's having trouble talking right now, processing his thoughts. When he took over, he'd always like to remind me that I'm special. That there was
Hmm.
something about me, but he never told me what it was. I don't know if he was just making up for the years I've lost, but it was comfort. Even if I didn't believe him, it was comforting to hear.
Don't you think that's like shortchanging your brother a little bit? Would you think that he is uh, to be that petty? To just say words that he didn't mean to a brother that he loved?
When you word it like that, I never thought of it like that. It's it's just so hard when you understand something, but it's hard to change what your mind thinks. I
Yes.
understand it, but I don't feel it, I suppose.
Yes. The voice inside our head is always louder than the voices of those around us. But, I mean, do you not see him in you?
Myself?
Do you not see your brother in you? His kindness reflected in you.
Not yet, but maybe now that you brought it up to me, I'll be able to see it little by little.
They're never gone. They're always with you.
As you say this, you feel a warmth, like both of you kind of like share it, and you notice something changing about the place that you're in.
Mhm.
Something bright from underneath where you're seated.
Oh,
Oh,
shit, what it.
have we been sitting on something important?
I don't know.
I
What are we
look.
sitting on? Yeah.
Yeah, what are we sitting
As
on?
you do stand up, you realize that there have been like carvings on this, coated with um, like a bioluminescent substance that makes it glow when it's touched by warmth.
Oh.
Mm.
And as you do both stand up, you realize that it kind of forms spirals,
Oh.
and the spirals kind of like um, the outermost part of the spiral kind of like goes out of the seat. You see kind of like going down, but it kind of stops, blurs out on the ground.
Have you
I
ever
did.
encountered this before? It is your castle after all.
Have I?
No, I don't think
No.
so. Yeah.
Oh,
This maybe maybe this was my brother's. Maybe this is Frederick's. I
You
Whoa.
see that the one that you were sitting on, Alois, is glowing a kind of a light green, and
Hmm.
on your end, Mirin, glowing of like a deep royal blue,
that's
and it's like two spirals, and then it kind of like springs downward.
it's interesting. It's the color of our gods.
It is. Just missing one, I suppose.
Oh, perhaps if Aster was here, oh, I'm sorry.
The smile on Aloise's face immediately
Yeah. Oh,
gone. And
I'm
he
so sorry.
looks up at you with like really big eyes and he clutches instinctively as you mentioned their name. He just instinctively clutches at the side of his torso and he's just staring at you wordlessly.
Well, I suppose it's a good time as any to talk about it, but do you remember when that happened? You told me it's not him who did that to you. You were trying to convince everyone.
Alois clutches his shirt a bit tighter and he looks up again at Mirren. I heard a voice in his head, Mirren.
Voice.
When I tried to wake him up, I, I didn't want to be loud about it because I didn't want him to get hurt. But when I tried to send a message while he was asleep, it wasn't his voice that replied. It was deep and sinister, and it told me that he was busy.
Yes, I know this voice.
You
I've heard
do.
it before. Yes. This wasn't the first time that this happened to Aster. There was one time that he ended up fighting Spade in a sort of trance, as if he wasn't himself. When I woke up and tried to help them, I s- he kind of something came out of him, and a voice claimed him from us. The voice said that Aster is his, is theirs.
I don't know. He, do you know the source of Aster's sword?
No one does. He's very secretive. He doesn't like talking about anything about himself.
It's like someone else I know.
Yes?
Alois. Alois looks up at you, Mirin. I can trust you, right?
Yes.
And as Alois grips the side, he was reverse stabbed.
Mm.
I've seen a sword just like Aster's before.
Oh,
I've seen it for hundreds of years. It looks just like my brother's, Mihryn.
oh, well, what's
The
your,
same,
yes?
only only his blade was made out of blood, however. But it seemed to work the same way as Aster's. And every time he used it, it looked like he was in pain. That he was angry or frustrated about something. And now, as I've been wondering all these years, where did he get it? What's causing him pain? I see someone who I think is special to me pull the exact same sword right out of my body.
And you don't know the provenance of your brother's sword.
He won't tell us.
Oh,
The only difference between Aster's and, from what you remember, Seb's sword is that the blade, the metal, the handguard, is black in comparison to his gold. Aster's is black. Like all, it's the same pattern, everything.
mm,
Motherfucker.
The
Is it still
coloration is different.
God? His voice quivers. What if it's me, Mirin? What if what if I cursed them with that sword? What what if it's because
ah,
of me that my brother's been suffering all of these years? If Aster got it out from me, maybe that's where Seb got it too.
correlation is not causation. Just because they have the same thing doesn't mean that you're the one who brought it to them. Do you even remember if your brother took blood from you? Would he even do that?
I wouldn't know for sure. He's had it since I was a child.
You start to see that the spiral, like the glowing spirals on your seats, kind of dissipate the longer you kind of leave it alone.
Oh,
Oh, do we have
oh.
to?
I'm sorry?
Oh, sorry. The dimming kind of catches Aloise's attention. Does it lead somewhere, or does it just
It
waver?
seems to lead somewhere, but now that the light is kind of fading,
Fuck.
Can we touch it again to give it warmth?
you most certainly can try.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I put my hand on the green one while if
I
Mirren.
I put my hand on the blue
As
one.
you do put your hands on the blue and the green one, you leave an exact mark of your handprints on it, and as you let go, it's kind of like uh, the handprints are stuck in the light,
Oh,
but it slowly kind of fades away as well.
Can I write my name with drag my
Yeah,
finger in right?
sure. Like as you do that, you weird, like, but it's kind of like it's kind of has those gaps because
Yeah.
it's a spiral. Yeah.
He's like, I
Yeah,
lose.
if you do remember, it is two small ones. You sat in the two small ones,
Mm-hmm.
one that's chest level and one wide one.
Perhaps the other stones also do the same thing?
Oh, we could try. That's
Yes.
that.
Which one do you want to like touch
So,
first?
two small ones, a long one, and the tall one.
Yes.
The long one.
You could touch it at the same time.
Yes.
Hmm.
The long one? You touch the long one? Okay, as you do touch the long one, the color that uh it emanates is so assume a rectangle, right?
Hmm.
A rectangle, two circles, and then a square because of the tall one. So this one is green, this one is blue, and as you put your hand here, it shines a deep blood red.
Oh, well, there's the red.
There's two of this.
Yes. But curious. There's a fourth. What color would it give off? You
As
touch
you
it.
do touch the center part, which is the square, you realize that it doesn't shine.
Oh,
You just touch it, you feel like there's something engraved on there,
Oh,
but it
can
won't
we like
shine.
um? Can I use the fire on bowstring to like try to see what's engraved?
Sure. As you kind of like the fire kind of forms within your rapier. As you draw it closer, doesn't react. You
Can I
can't.
see the engraving?
You can barely make out an engraving. It looks kind of. It looks like it represents the symbols of the gods.
Oh,
Um, Mark of unification for Uvdis, the swirl for Zevian,
oh,
and then the noose wreath for Dower.
hmm.
But like scattered among them are like things that you still can't quite comprehend.
do they
Some
look like symbols?
symbols, some symbols that are scattered all throughout.
Any eyes?
None at the moment.
Would
As I,
Alois
oh
have
yeah,
seen a different symbol that they've encountered before in the past?
Marauder's Haven.
Mm, because of how kind of like the dark vision mixed with the
Mm-hmm.
flames from your sword, it's kind of hard to make out, especially without the without the kind of like luminescence kind of like guiding your eyes because it just seems like when you look at it from afar it looks like a fingerprint
Mm-hmm.
with all the like grooves and the lines. That's how
Mm.
kind of like intricate the carvings are.
Is this where the spirals in the small stones lead? Or was it leading to somewhere else?
um Upon observation with like the 16 that you guys both have, you
Haha.
do notice that it kind of leads there.
Oh,
Mirin, do you
And there's
remember
yes.
what
also
I?
like one
Oh,
carving on the end of the long one that you missed.
oh. Okay, let's look at that first before I say what I was
Yeah.
going to say.
The carving of you can't make out what the carving is right now because the kind of like the illumination has died down once more.
Mm-hmm.
It seems just to be like a few grooves inlaid into like the long piece of stone.
Can we touch it?
I want to.
As you do touch it doesn't exactly react to you. The only thing that reacts when you touch it are the red, the blue, and the green one.
Hmm.
Hmm. Do you remember what I said during the council meeting, Miran?
Yes?
I I don't think it's just the emissary. There once were more than three. Many are we. The world will once again tremble in a righteous fury. And Alois kind of brings back his bowstring to the big stone, and his hands kind of like
Hmm.
travel on the little symbols. I mean, if our gods are here, who's to say that these symbols weren't once their
Not
peers?
gods themselves. But there's so many.
Some you can't even comprehend, like because it does look like just random grooves inlaid.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that you could recognize are the three familiar symbols to all of you, which is the three major gods.
It scares me what Frederick said about them trying to bring back the emissary. I've seen it once before. Alois then walks back closer to you.
Or?
When when I was younger, I found myself in Marauder's Haven. When my brother first let me venture out into the world. I worked for a time in this mage's tower, and it turned out that this head mage was some sort of cultist for an old god named the Lady. And
What?
I think I saw her, Mirin, for a
You saw
brief
her.
moment.
You saw a god
For a
in
brief
the
moment.
world.
Yes.
As soon as you do say the lady, you kind of like,
What was that for you? Why did you look away so fast?
I think I heard something. But as Alois kind of scrunches his face in worry, he quickly takes your hand, Mirin, and gives it a squeeze. And it's
Yeah,
cold and a little bit trembling, but Alois still forces a smile. Like he's
I squeezed back. I'm
like he's
here.
trying to not be afraid.
is your sword still on fire?
Yes?
Um,
Not anymore?
as your sword is like kind of dangling down, you see it react to the red one. You see the illumination kind of like brighten a whole lot more as the blade kind of draws near, kind of like inches away, kind of dies down, draws near, goes gets bright.
Hmm.
Can I like touch the tip of it with my rapier?
Yeah, you most certainly can.
Yeah,
Do you
I
want
do
to?
that. Tuk!
Okay, as
Hold
you
it.
do touch it, the long part of the slab of rock kind of like sets on fire. On
Oh,
the left side, it forms a symbol of Uvdis, but the ends kind of connect into a deeper, and it goes into two eyes, the symbol of two eyes, and it's all on fire within the long rock.
the what? The what?
Uvdis and the emissary are connected? Is that
Why
what that
would
means?
why would my sword react to it?
Perhaps the fire.
Please remind me again what color my fire is.
Your fire is I did say that it was a bright green, right?
Yes.
Mm.
As soon as it touched the
Fuck.
slab, it went red on the end. But as soon as you like kind of like pull it away, it returns into like a full green. But as you do pull it away, the fire remains on the slab. It doesn't seem to be dying down.
What do we make of this?
Why would it be in your castle?
The emissary, I wouldn't know. I've never seen this place before.
Hmm. Doesn't look to be kept, so I don't think anyone in the castle now would know of it. But perhaps in the annals of the castle, they would have,
We
like, some sort
didn't
of.
we meet in the cave?
Yes, we met in a cave.
This is a cave.
Are caves just naturally.
No, he kind of like tries to rattle his memory. Before we entered that room with the coffins, there was that table with daggers and skeletons.
Yes, that's
There were
true. The heart.
dwarven there were dwarven skeletons there as well. Could they have worshipped the emissary?
The old dwarfs of this land have worshipped the emissary. He did have a statue.
It wouldn't be far off. And seeing as this castle was built into a mountain and this place seems so dreary, it could be a ruin.
Have you stumbled upon the ruins of the old nation of this place? How much do you remember before your family came to here?
This area specifically?
In this continent?
DM, what do I know?
Yes. This area did have a lot of dwarves. And dwarves seem to be in scarce numbers nowadays.
Oh.
We didn't do anything with that, right?
Hmm. No.
I don't trust that. Okay. I wouldn't know.
Not that you know of.
None that I know of. Bef- before we had this under our control, it was full of dwarves.
It would be blatantly obvious, especially when you went to
Mm-mm.
Tristine.
Oh yeah. I think you did mention that it was a dwarven something.
Mm.
Yes.
Whatever happened to them then?
I don't know.
Are
And
there
his
no.
face kind of like scrunches up in like frustration. They never really told me anything. I just followed them. I followed where he led.
Alright. Perhaps there's some kind of book or journal or any kind of record of what this place was before. Perhaps that could give us a clue.
We could always try the library here, but if we
Yes.
can't find anything, I feel like Thagon's library might be the best shot. If my nephew there didn't get rid of my brother's study, maybe he has something, a record or whatever
Yes,
he kept away
perhaps.
from us.
Perhaps.
Yes, and with this said, you do also notice that the fire isn't going out in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, Eloise kind of
It's
like
not.
gestures
It's not even
to it,
spreading. It's just solid onto the symbols.
kind of like
Mm,
gestures to it. What do we do about this?
I could try something.
Okay.
I
Wait.
raise my hand
Mm-hmm.
and I create a wall of water.
Mm.
It's a
Where do
feature
you
as
place
well
it?
as a um it's 30 feet long, 10 feet high, and 1 foot thick. Or I can make it a ringed wall of up to 50 of up to 20 feet in diameter,
Yes.
20 feet high and 1 foot thick.
Where do you want to put the water,
I want
Mirin?
to put it on the stone that's on fire.
As you put the water on the stone that's on fire, it douses the water. It douses the fire. But you see something peculiar within the water that's formed within you basically like trap the stone in
Yeah,
water, right?
I do.
Within it, you see the fire symbols kind of like dissipate, like get doused, right? Lightning starts to form from within the water.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm not doing that. I can just
Oh.
water. I'm
Do
just
you
doing
remember
water.
the lightning that almost struck you that was very slow in
Yes.
the
Yes.
yeah?
What is the um
You saw that on the inside of the water?
It's a
And
very
it's
slow lightning.
forming some sort of spiraling symbol.
Zevin?
Ah, Sabian, I guess.
They don't
And
seem to like each other.
as it's kind of there, you see it connect upward to the same symbol, but it's black lightning.
What? Wait, what same symbol? The eyes from earlier?
Um, Not the eyes, but the same symbol as is with Zevian.
Oh, I
So
remember.
it's still like a spiral symbol, the Zevianite symbol,
Yeah.
but the lightning on the left side is white, and the lightning on the right side is black.
So there's a similar symbol, but it's black.
Mhm.
That, who is. We haven't even met anyone that's of that symbol. What is that?
Alois gives your hand a squeeze again as if to like ground you. I don't know, but I we shouldn't. It's it's easier to say than to do, but I don't think we should have fear control us.
Yes. Yes, that's true.
Um, if I may,
Yes.
we've seen Zevian, we've seen Uvdis,
Perhaps there's
and
one for Dower.
I don't have a very power right thingy. So I would instead try to um from last time Alois once again like moves his hand up, kind of summoning his fairy fire, and he would like to like direct it over to where Dower is.
As the water that's been formed kind of like on the floor as you let go of control of your magic
Yeah.
and the fairy fire takes over. You do flavor it as green orbs kind of like
Mm-hmm.
attaching itself, right? You see multiple like green emerald like essences touch the stone, And as expected, it does form
Uh,
the wraith nose.
mm-hmm.
But you do also notice something.
Uh-huh.
Within the long stone,
Uh-huh.
the fire formed over here,
Uh-huh.
the lightning formed in the middle,
Uh-huh.
and the and the Dowerite symbol formed on the right. And it
Okay.
also connects to the symbol to the symbol of a cup.
Dower cup. Have I ever seen that before?
This cup
Yeah? No? Sheesh.
is a different one.
Oh god, there's more than
Different
one.
one.
Alright. Wait,
It
wait.
seems to transition from the green Dowerite symbol to a purplish kind of like cup.
Okay, so Zevian. Of this tower? Or of this
Yes.
middle? Or of this bottom?
Move this
Bottom.
right. Yes. Zevian middle. Left is Uvdis. Uvdis, sorry. Uvdis Zevian Dower.
Okay.
Uvdis Zevian Dower. Yes, that's it.
And
Sorry.
then the things that are showing when we put our magic to it, it kind of like goes on top? Or how does it
Um,
connect?
it's kind of like this. So the three and then the other three,
Okay.
and it's like all in a long slab. Guess like three, and then the slab, and then the other three are here.
3 slab? 3?
Yes, that's how it kind of connects. Because you do remember the lady is pink, right? And
Mm-hmm.
it looks like a goblet. This one is more like a bowl.
JK bowl. And is the slab in the middle like completely there's nothing on it?
um, do you see that there are like just ornate like grooves onto it?
Hmm.
But as soon as you unlock like the last like symbol formation, you see something like kind of sparking at the end of the rectangle.
We
What is
go
it?
to the end of the rectangle.
Yeah.
You make it to the end of the rectangle, you see it kind of sense you, and like it shoots to the center one, the tall one, to reveal as it illuminates the three main symbols and all the symbols that you saw from earlier. But it's arranged in a way where the three main symbols are here, and just scattered all throughout are the other symbols that you saw, plus a lot more that you still don't understand, and seven white eyes.
Huh? Okay. Um 7 white eyes.
7 white eyes?
I've never encountered this.
I
Cool.
have never encountered this, not in my theology classes, no.
As the lights, I assume they shine different colors too.
Yes. The this is red,
Hmm.
Savian blue, and then Dower green. You see a pink cup. You see a purple bowl. The ones that you recognize, red eyes. You
Okay.
see,
As
yeah.
as that shines, I once again squeeze Mirren's hand to like strengthen or like ground the both of us.
Mm.
And I sheath my rapier as this gives enough light.
Mm.
And then I point it out to her. Uvdis, Tower, Zevian, the emissary. And then he points to the pink goblet.
Goblet. Yes.
And that's the lady.
I've never
So
heard of them before.
they were some old god that the cultists were trying to revive. We stopped
Oh,
them before
God.
she managed to come over.
So she was like banished somewhere else? Not dead, just somewhere else.
Kind of.
Because if they can come back, that means
But
they
as the
haven't died.
lights shine one by one, the last things that shine one by one are seven white eyes
In a line?
in like a convex
Mm-hmm.
shape,
Yeah.
a convex shape, and then in the middle the Zevian, move this dower,
I need to draw
and
this.
then in the middle, the final one that shines is a light that you most certainly can tell symbolizes the world of Azaria.
I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
What?
Okay, wait. Middle Zevian.
What?
Middle Zevian.
Mm-hmm.
Middle Zevian. Who's left? Dower?
Left, so left is Uvdis,
Uh-huh. Left is
Zevian,
Ufdi. Okay.
Tower, seven
Azaria.
eyes, and
Azaria
then
died.
Just a
Azaria in
moment.
the middle as like
Okay.
a globe. And with that said, as we come into the middle of this thing, we will now be taking a break as they digest everything that they have learned.
It was a trap. It was a fucking. You're gonna have a downtime session. We keep walking into this.
We're gonna have a break, so please stay tuned. Thank you for catching us up. Thank you for catching us in this downtime session. We will be back after a few short minutes. Thanks.
Fog.
You too. Hang. Uh-oh, Lord drop.
It
Heavy lore
happened
drop.
again.
Uh-oh. Welcome back to our downtime session, impromptu downtime session with Mihryn and Alois. They are now within a cave that they discovered deep inside Cygnus Castle within Lauren. They realized that as they sat on some rocks, it emanated like a luminescent glow to them, and they discovered something that they do not understand as of uh, like for now, I guess. But
We'll
it did
never
reveal
understand it.
some symbols that they are familiar with, especially the three god symbols, and some symbols that they have yet to discover. Let's see what's going on within their minds right now. Marin and Alois, what's poppin'?
Hmm.
Would you like to go first?
Well, for Marion, this must be what they meant by there before there were many. Like this is just us showing us that the world of Azaria has had many gods before, before the current ones. Right. And it's kind of reminding her what her grandmother's sisters always told her when she was young. Yeah.
For Alois, he's trying really, really, really hard to keep his emotions in check, to keep himself from fear and uncertainty, because he's seen what's happened when such high emotions were in play. He doesn't want to risk it. So as like the lights shine on the stone, and as the symbols reveal themselves, and as he notices one from like years before, his hand kind of tightens around Mirren's once again.
I squeeze back and I say, they were right. My grandmothers were right.
What did they say?
Well, they were different kind of Zevianites. They were always kind of a little bit of not following the proper teachings, you see. They've always held that Zevian was not the god that we know now.
Not the one we know now?
Yes, like they say, gods evolve, gods change, as people who worship them change as well.
This is a lot.
Definitely.
And
I've always thought
we
that what they said were a kind of folklore. Do you know how people worship, oh, folkloric things like the rain
mhm.
or natural occurrences in the world? I thought that was it. Their brand of magic was also different. But I guess this means they were right. There are more gods.
There might be more than just the emissary out there.
Yes,
And Aloise's hand gently hovers over the red eyes. He doesn't want to touch it, he just hovers over it.
As your hand kind of like draws near,
I
the
shouldn't be
light
touching.
shines bright.
I shouldn't be touching things.
as it kind of like engulfs both your visions. You
I shouldn't be touching
kind of
things.
feel like you've been flashbanged.
I should...
Your vision both of your visions kind of like go white for like a good 2.5 seconds. And as you kind of recollect both your eyesights, you start to see that the slab, all the symbols are gone, and one word remains in the middle.
What does it say?
Ensar.
Ensar?
Oh, what does that mean? I don't understand.
I don't know. I was tasked.
And it's snuffed out.
How do you spell?
Now you're in the darkness.
How do you spell? N
Ensar.
sar and sar these nuts.
I was supposed to learn what it meant.
From who?
For one of the journals of Mihryn, you see. Of Miris, I mean. I was supposed to learn what it meant so that I could open the last journal. Ensar.
Didn't you say it opened recently?
Yes.
It's not that one.
No. I'm not sure anymore. Let me read my journal. Let me read the journal.
Which journal do you want to read right now, Marion?
There are so many. Which one is something to do with Ensar? There's so many, Sam!
I should stop
So
touching
many!
things.
Which journal do you want to read, Marion?
What, can Alois read also? Can I not read Triton or something?
No, I don't think it's
Ugh.
written in Triton. I hand you
Okay.
one of the journals and here, try reading it. See if you'll find something
Of
that's
course, of
there.
course.
As you both kind of like fiddle through.
We speed read it.
You
We're
currently
both
have four
nerds.
journals right now, right? Or three? Oh,
Yes.
wait.
3.
Three, right? Yes.
Yeah.
I am fiddling through my files as well. Wait a moment.
What made you unlock the first three?
Some magic. Sometimes it just opens. Sometimes it unlocks a memory and then it opens.
There you
It's
go.
not the same every time.
Nothing connected at all.
Only anything ever about
You have
Mary's.
four.
I
You
have
have
4.
four.
Okay.
The first experiences, encyclopedia,
Mm.
sea logs, which is the one that was wet, and the tome of friendship.
Uh, I I read Sea Logs and Tome of Friendship.
Okay.
That's the
And
one
then
that
first
I
experiences
had,
and encyclopedia goes to
yeah, because I've already
unfortunately
read those a lot.
it would be impossible for you to read right
Yeah.
here, right now, because of how dark it is. Even with dark vision, it's kind of
Okay.
like hard to make out.
Okay.
So you do have the journals ready, but you're gonna have to find a new place for you to read it.
I have a flashlight for a sword.
Okay, go ahead.
Vushik. I vushik, and then I like pierce it on the ground.
Okay.
So it's like a standing light. Vushik.
As you do both read, both of you make me history checks. Two
Oh
each.
God. 2? Okay.
Yes.
Two each.
Two each.
Two. Two each.
19 and
One.
16.
19 and
Two.
16.
1319.
You realize as you fiddle through sea logs, at the very end, it does mention the name Ensar. But you realize as you fiddle through the other journals that even the great Miris Egnazath does not know anything about Ensar. At least with the knowledge that you have right now.
It's 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 written here, but nothing else. Just the word.
How could he lock your last journal with the word that he doesn't even know? How could he have written it if it was locked?
I I don't know. I think I'm supposed to know what it is, to learn about it. Maybe it is something that he never figured out and wanted someone else to.
It's on you,
Yes,
on all of us.
on all of us.
With two 19s though,
Yeah.
as you restack all the books, it seems to, you know, those like the connected linings that you can like write
Yeah.
within a book.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah.
The books start to form the pattern of eyes.
Huh? The white
How
one?
many eyes?
How many? And are they
How
white?
many
Right
eyes?
now, right now there it just forms like two eyes and then a quarter.
Are they white?
It does seem lighter than the normal color of the pages.
Mirin,
Something there.
did he have more than 4 journals?
I don't know anymore. I keep finding new ones.
Well, he's a very well written man then.
Well, yes, it is an Agnesat thing to write about our experiences. I don't see anything wrong with that. I write in my journal every night.
Our like with like hearts pounding from like anxiety and all this new information. Alois is just trying to like, what is happening? Um,
That's
I
why.
want I want to give like one last look around the room for like anything else we could have missed, like overlooked before we even decide if we want to leave yet or something.
You realize that the room that you're in right now is generally empty.
Generally.
No
Inside
black
check the DM.
inside check. Zep. No, no,
Like you can't tell any distinguishing features, especially
no black.
with like just this sword impaled on the ground,
Mhm.
illuminating some parts, and then with your dark vision extending that, um, you can't make out anything like important.
Um. Oof. Oof. Mirin, do
Yes,
you do you have a journal? Do you have your journal?
I
Any
have
empty
my
pages we could write
journal.
in? May
Yes,
I?
sure. I
Okay.
hand it to you.
And Alois kind of scribbles as many symbols he could remember from the thing
Mm,
because it seems to be gone, right?
yes,
Okay, so definitely I would put the counterparts to the first three gods,
yes.
the main one, emissary lady, and the purple one. Yeah.
Mm,
Okay. Yes. Yes. Because it's gone now, right?
it's gone now.
Yeah. Um,
Black lightning bolt.
this is as close as I could get to it.
Okay.
With that said, what do you guys want to do?
Think we should go back.
Of course.
Yes.
As we leave,
Hmm?
I feel like Alois would like take one last look at the rocks before he
Okay,
trails right after.
maybe perception check.
Who?
Come on.
Alois, come on, you're proficient. Come on, you're proficient. Come on. Come on, Alois. Alois, come on. Alois, God damn it. Alois.
With a 13, I would say that as you, like, while you're going out, right, you take one last glimpse with the door closing as well. Before you could, close the door completely, you see a glimpse of what seems to be a bright white tower. As the door closes,
Mm.
And I. Okay. I don't know anything about this. I think.
What's wrong?
Ah,
Why do you tarry?
there's just a lot going on. I thought I saw something.
What did you see?
A bright white tower. But that's it.
White spire?
White spire?
Yes, white spire.
You've been there?
Yes, we were transported there.
I'm gonna
That's
give
what I
We
you
saw.
this. Would you like to open the door again?
Fuck yeah!
As you open the door again, the darkness still seems to envelop the place. But as you look around, filled up crates of grain
Grain?
and what
The
seems to
stockroom?
be supplies in a non cavernous environment.
It's a storeroom!
Where was the thing that we saw?
It's completely different from what you saw from earlier.
I once again reach for Mirin's hand and I hold it really tightly and we shouldn't be afraid. He knows how to
We
make
shouldn't
he
be afraid.
knows if this was an illusion or or a vision. We should just be careful.
Are you gonna go in?
I don't want to anymore. It's scary. You wanna go
Why
in,
would you
Mirin?
give that illusion to us? I'd go in.
Why go in with him? With her?
As you both go in, you hear something skittering on the side of the crates that kind of like are stacked up.
They have
As you're
mice.
both like walking inside.
Rat?
They have mice in here. It is a storeroom after all.
You see something cast a shadow, and now there seems to be like a light behind one of the crates,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like a torch being like lighting this place up,
Mm-hmm.
just on the side. A shadow of what seems to be something that's hunched over, kind of like twitching.
I take out my warhammer and I go to it.
I am right behind Mirin.
As both of you kind of spring out, you realize that it's just a rat.
Why is there a torch?
The torch was always there.
All right. Okay. I guess we are just a little jumpy from what we saw earlier. And we should
Perhaps.
have calmer emotion.
The rat kind of like and skitters away.
Get away. I kind of like make a kicking motion, but not really connect with it. I'm just like
Yeah.
frightening it. Get away.
The rat runs away.
Despite all this, God, I can't say bullshit because he wouldn't say bullshit. This God issue is happening. It's been a good talk, Mirin.
It's always good to talk to you, Alois.
Shall we go back up?
I think so, yes.
Wish, wish.
As you do
We
both
go.
go back up, the door seems lighter as you close it. You check one last time,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just a storeroom. The cavern is nowhere to be found anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Close it. And then you both kind of like go back up. This time the stairs seem to be shorter than what you remembered.
Huh. Yeah, makes sense.
More rooms kind of like appear connected to the stairwell that you once took that you can't remember that were there.
Mm.
And as you do make it to the main hall, going out from that flight of stairs, you see that everything is kind of like normal. Guards position. You see, um, you see that like some guards are even kind of like thinking what they're gonna do after their shift. Um, Nothing seems to be out of the ordinary.
As we walk by, um, Alois stands up straight as usual. He lets his hair trail after behind him as he walks, poised and elegant, and he looks over back to Mirin, a little bit confused. I feel like what we found there was very important, but if it was a trick, I don't want to be deceiving or leading our party into something sinister.
I don't think it's a trick, if that's worth anything.
That's true. It wasn't filled with black smoke. That's for
No,
one.
it wasn't. And
Mm,
why would they know about the word Ensar and
that's
White
true.
Spire?
You didn't encounter him in White Spire?
Not at all.
Just here.
Just here.
Curious. Mirin, if I may,
Yes.
um I've just been tagging along with everyone, but why are you guys trying to go up north?
Oh, we might have we might have made some decisions that led to a revolution
Oh,
in a town, in a city, and we might have run afoul of the Zabianites there, the Maelstrom.
mm-hmm.
And Hayden has some bad blood between them and the Maelstrom. He has his own reasons. We're trying to get back because we want to make our actions right. We
Of
want to
course.
be sure that what we decided on was not the wrong decision after all.
How long has it been since you left?
2 months?
And you have no clue of what's going on.
None at all.
Alois kind of stops in his footsteps. Is there a guard nearby?
Filled with guards, yes.
Okay. I wave the closest one down. Excuse me.
Yes. Where is it?
Where did you say you were from? You're trying to go to
Where
Mirin.
what was the name of the city again? S- Uh
Storm Spire.
Storms Stormspire? No, before Stormspire.
Where
Hollowport.
is the war?
Hollowport. Hollowport.
The war is in Hollowport.
The
Oh, the
revolution was
war?
in
The
Hollowport.
Yeah, the
revolution.
revolution was in Hollowport. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alois looks back at the guard.
Yes.
If you could, I need a report on what's happening in Hollowport. Do you think you could do that?
Of course, of course. Um, I'll just be off.
Yes,
I
as soon as you
can't
can.
leave. It's okay. He's kind of like goes off. Um, with that in mind, yes.
Alois looks back at Mirin, and he looks so serious talking to the guard, but the moment he turns away, he kind of like falters a bit and like, whew, and he looks back at Mirin like a bit more relaxed and say, "I'd assume you'd want to know what you're walking into at
Yes.
least."
Thank you. We
So
haven't thought of using our resources like that. We should have thought of it at the very start.
it's all right. I'm just not used to asking people to do things. Never really my
Yes.
league.
As soon as you hear footsteps like from afar,
Mm-hmm.
hurried footsteps. Sire,
Yes.
it might be out of place for me, but what do you ask about Hollowport?
I am your lord. Am I not?
Yes,
And
yes.
is it uncommon for me?
I am just worried that this might be grave news for you.
Helped with it.
Please.
Hollowport is no more.
No more? Since when?
2 weeks ago.
Is that
The
when
Crimson Dawn.
our what?
Crimson Dawn?
They took over?
That's what I heard.
Um wait. Where is our world map? Where is our world map? Where is our world map?
It was fast. And no one was prepared because they just went through a revolution. The Crimson
They
Dawn capitalized.
did they sail across the sea? Or did they take over Skadi on top of it as well?
There were reports of ships flying through the air.
Flying. Flying.
And this is where we will end today's
Yeah!
Flying
downtime session.
Flying
ships.
ships!
Crimson Dawn has flying ships?
That's how they don't have to go through the Sea of Ennas.
I just wanted to bond with Mirin.
The Fire Nation. Yeah.
And my nephews didn't tell me that our main enemy has flying ships.
They didn't know.
How do we fight people with flying
They
ships?
didn't know these bitches. They're the ones planning to fight the Crimson Dawn and they don't know about their. Okay, yeah, I'll save that for Sunday.
Okay.
Hey Mirin, wanna go back to my nephews on Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go, nobility.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
And
I
with
thought
that said,
what the fuck are you doing?
thank you guys for playing today's
Oh, thank you, Zep.
downtime session.
Thank
It
you.
was
I
great.
had so much fun.
Downtime session.
I
So
did
many
not
lore
expect
drops.
that.
Lo lo lo
Um,
lore drops.
yeah, Yeah, so how will they be able to face off against the Crimson Dawn? Find out on Sunday, 8:30 p.m. GMT plus 8. But today we will now bid you all adieu. Goodbye,
Bye
everyone, and good
bye.
night.
Good night.